going on, everybody? We got Duncan on the table right now. It's a little Westie, and I'm about to do his nail trim. I was told that he bites for his nails, so we're about to find out if that's true, and I'm gonna show you guys how I would do this nail trim, even if he's a biter. He's nervous. The table is a little high, so I'm gonna try to bring it a little bit lower, but in some cases you still can't really control that. So if you see, I could have lifted him up. I'm gonna try to comfort him, but at the same time, I want him to trust. So I'm gonna stand him, be a little more confident, bring his tail out, and then he'll probably relax a little bit. Now, anytime there's a big movement on the table, he'll like get a little spastic and stress out. So I'm gonna try to not hit the table or bump onto the table or make sudden movements, because that will stress him out more. As you could see how he is right now. So I'm gonna start, like always, with the back legs, because I haven't done these guys' nails, and if I have, it's been a very long time. When I move him, I want to move him where I move his whole body. I don't want to move him fast, like, oh, come with me, like move his whole head. So I'm gonna move him closer to me. I'm gonna start with his back leg out here. And I'm gonna tuck up his tail. I'm gonna hug him close to me, so like that, he's not gonna be, wiggling around too much. I'm gonna put his other back leg, the one that he's standing on, make sure that he's balanced. And make sure I don't lift the foot up too high to where it's too high above his stifle. And I'm gonna position myself in a comfortable spot too, but I also wanna make sure that he's in a comfortable spot so I could get good control of this foot and I could be able to maneuver between every toe. I'm going to check to see the back legs, the nails are a little long, not too much. So I'm just gonna start taking off just a little bit off the tips. And so far he's been good, so hopefully he might be, maybe not like the Dremel or the noise, so we'll find out. Maybe it's a Dremel thing, but so far he's been good. Sorry, buddy. And that's, I don't want to go more than that. Like you guys saw, my hands are always on the dog. I finished clipping this foot right here. I'm going to put my hand on him, make sure he's standing nice and tall. I'm going to move my hand to the next leg. I'm going to lift this one up. I have the tail secure on my wrist tucked into the leg, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Clip these nails. These are a little bit shorter. He puts more weight on this foot than the other one. So I'm gonna take off just a bit on the tips. And then I'm gonna bring out the Dremel. Since they're already short, I'm just going to take off a bit. Now I'm paying attention to his body. If he tenses up, then I'll ease up a little bit. If he starts fighting a little bit, I could bring him up slightly to bring up this foot, but I'd rather let him have some balance so he could have a little bit more control of himself. And I'm just getting the edges. And you can see there the little white circle around, that's the quick exposed. That's the quick there. Make it nice and round. Now I'm gonna turn it off. Pay attention. Same. Keep a hold of him. I want to put him where he's right on the edge, but I'm hugging him nice and tight. Yeah, these nails are definitely longer than the other ones. Yeah. So far he's been good. Maybe it's the front feet. So far it's not the Dremel or the nails, the nail clippers in the back. So let me get those. Those are pretty tight. You can see. Oh, that white, I don't want to go more. He's older and I don't want him to get too exposed and then walk and bleed. So if you pay attention here now that I'm done, you noticed I didn't lift these feet too high up. So I had control of the stifle, the knee. I didn't bring it too high. This hand stays on him. I'm going to position him in a more comfortable spot for me. I want to make sure that he's comfortable. He's getting too close to the edge. I'm going to work on the front legs now. Come here, buddy. I want to put him where I'm comfortable and he's going to be comfortable. Now, I was told today in one of the comments that this position that I'm about to do, it's easier for bigger guys. And in all reality, this is harder for me to do on a smaller dog. If it's a bigger dog, this is more comfortable. But for me, for a small dog, I feel like I need to crunch up more and use my back a lot more. I prefer to do this foot like this, where I could extend my arm and see from far away and I have better posture myself. But I'm not sure, he hasn't tried to bite yet, so I'm gonna try this position first, where I could grab him this way. Now, there's a few things I could do to secure him more. I could bring the arm up to tie him up more. I could put a groomer's helper. There's a lot of different options that we could do, but I'm not gonna do that right now. He's doing okay. He's a little nervous, so I'm gonna try to get him out quick. So I'm gonna go straight to clipping the nails and making sure that he's balanced. So what I'm looking for here, if he starts tensing up and moving a lot, then I'm going to have to add some more, like probably put my arm around him. But right now I'm gonna position myself in a spot where I could clip these nails. I could see what I'm doing, clip him. And he's balanced, he's staying still. He's not fighting me. Taking off a bit. Now a lot of newer groomers, they struggle with dogs that are very nervous and tense or move a lot, and it all comes down to controlling the dog. So if you could position the dog like he's a very nervous dog, if it would have been a brand new groomer, the dog would be more stressed out than I would be stressed out trying to figure out what to do. So the next foot right here, I'm gonna adjust him. There's different parts right here, like I could come in from between his back legs, lay my elbow on the table, make myself comfortable and lean over and see. So this is the one where I use my back the most, but I try to put most of the weight on my legs and the elbow on the table and not put too much movement on the dog. Right there, he readjusted himself, but he's doing pretty good. Yeah, I don't want to do too much, just to do claws that are a little bit long. All right, now we'll go to the Dremel. Good job, buddy. Let's see. Always try to keep a hand on the dog. Remember guys, I don't want to just move his head because he's tense. I don't want to force him to come out. So I'm going to lift him up from both ends because he's smaller and I could do that. And I want him to be in this spot here. So I want to be able to lift up his legs. So I want to keep him in this position where he's going to be more comfortable. Relax. So I want him to not move. I'm going to lift this leg up and then he'll readjust himself. He's balanced. Now I come in with the Dremel. Now I paid attention to this leg that just moved forward a little bit. If it starts moving more forward, then that means that he's going to start pushing back. But so far he hasn't been a dog that kind of jumps up and pushes and fights. So he was just trying to support himself and balance himself. So I'm going to leave it there. He's a little shaky. Good job, buddy. Good boy. And then the dew claws. If you can, I want to limit the amount of movement I make on him. So I don't know if you guys notice how much I struggle to get to that dew claw. See, if I want to go back to that same position, I'm going to hold the foot where it's at because he's balanced, and then I'm going to readjust my hand without moving him too much. I don't know how much, like, that is such an important thing when you're doing these nail trims or any type of grooming. Same with the other side. I'm going to position him where he's close to me. Position myself comfortably. Reach over. I'm going to grab that paw. I'm going to move in to start with the outside toenail. Dremel it. Go to the next one. Now, if you guys see how I'm controlling each toe, I go pinky, then it goes to the next one. Then I go on to the next one, push it out, I grip it, it's nice and tight. And I'm holding the Dremel like a pencil. So if you don't know how to hold it like a pencil, it's the best way to hold it when you do dogs with short legs, long bodies, or any short legs. You could get lower, faster. And having a nervous dog, that was actually pretty easy. He didn't try to bite, so I gotta double check the notes. Wait, I'm not sure why I said that. But a lot of terriers, they're not big fans of their feet being touched. Come here, buddy. Now I'm gonna readjust the table, but I'm holding him. Now, if I wasn't holding him, he would be very spastic and try not to fall. He's gonna feel like he's falling off the table, so I want to stand tall. I'm gonna be comfortable. He's gonna finish, and he's all set. Now we're gonna go finish him up. But that's basically how I do nail trims on dogs that are nervous. If he was a biter, I probably would have done the same steps. The only thing I would have done differently was put my arm around to protect his head from turning and biting me, and would have done the same thing. I would have held him here, done the nail trims this way. I would have positioned him out this way. So if he turns, he wouldn't have much to bite that way. Same with the back legs, here and here. This arm would have protected me from getting bit. Now, obviously there's restraints you could use, groomer helpers, muzzles, Elizabeth collars, other methods that you could use. But if you're out of those items and you have to do a nail trim, then that's basically what I would do. I would have taken the same exact approach that I did too, and making sure that you keep the dog less nervous. All right, guys, I hope this video helped, and we'll see you guys next time.